Hello techies. Welcome to our brand new video series focused on helping you get the most of your experiences in life. Before we start the video, let's know about Upptalk. Upptalk is a live, interactive platform for software training, furnishing robust personalities who could take on universal business platforms.
So what changed? What are the data changes? Which fields have changed? When was it made? With what effective date? Right. So these things it monitors and finds out. Now then it will think, okay, if the worker has any changes in the fields, values of eligibility, etc. Then Workday will say, okay, whether it's a new addition, it's an update, or is it a deletion? Correct. Understood, more or less getting the point. How Workday does the change detection. Right. So this is the high-level overview, but then to actually do this change detection, Workday makes use of certain fields. Okay, and these are some parameters that we will see in our integration. First is the full diff extract. Now you can configure the Workday code connector to select all workers who meet the eligibility criteria and then determine changes for the return to data. Now this is done for performance, to improve the performance. And then it works with another field called worker eligibility. So eligibility criteria is nothing but a filter condition. It is a filter condition to identify a population of workers whom you are considering. For example, you are creating a connector to ADP. You are configuring a connector or a core connector. You want to send the file to ADP. Now ADP is your payroll vendor for North America. Let's say. So then will you include the workers who are not in North America? Maybe your European employees, your Asian employees, your Latin American employees. Will you include data for them in this integration to ADP? No. They may not need it, right? It is not relevant. So we would not need it. So what is the eligibility criteria? Who all are? What is the eligibility? What is the filter criteria for sending data to ADP? North America. Only North employees in North America. Correct. Only the employees in North America. It can be any. It can be a manager or supervisor, etc. So you will. Only the eligibility criteria will say employees in North America. That is your eligibility criteria. So we have to define that. We have to define that eligibility criteria, and the eligibility criteria is nothing but a true-false field. It's just a true-false field, and in that true-false field you can configure all the options, like you can create a calculated field. You can use an existing one, right? To define the worker eligibility. So for all workers, it will be either true or false. Either you are eligible for this integration, or you are not eligible for this integration. Right. Let's say we are looking at only managers, not anyone else. They're only looking at managers because we are going to give them some special kind of health and wellness program. Only managers, only people who are managers. They are going to get a special kind of allowance. So we are going to send that to an external system who are actually going to process the gift via an Amazon gift card. So we are going to send the information to Amazon. Okay, only for managers. So then, what would be the eligibility criteria? All the managers are not managers. Is manager right? Is manager? We'll check whether the worker is a manager or not, and can you create a calculated field? Right. Let's try to create. Let's think about it. We'll create a calculated field. What is the function that we will use? If you remember true, false. True, false, or Boolean. True, false, or Boolean. We will use that. And then what would be? How will we write that eligibility criteria? What would be the condition that all managers? So how will we write it? How will we write it? What is the field? Management level. Management level. Yes, that's what we did for our compensation eligibility criteria as well. Yeah, right. Remember. So we will use the field management level, and we will state management level equal to manager. So that means all our managers will be included as part of that. Correct. Right. So we will be able to do that. So that is how we create eligibility criteria here. So we will create a calculated field, which is a true-false field, or we will use an existing field, which is a true-for, or a Boolean field. For example, I want only my list of active workers. Only my active workers, not prior workers, not former workers, not terminated workers, not future hires, not the workers who are on leave. On a long leave, on a leave of absence. We only need workers who are active workers. So there is an existing field in Workday, Boolean field, of course. It is itself is active. So if that is the case, if the worker is active, then the worker will be marked as true and will be included in the eligibility criteria. So this is a very interesting and important field. The eligibility criteria. We have to select that when we configure our integration. So what does the eligibility criteria do? The eligibility criteria is nothing but the filter criteria, which identifies the population of workers that we are going to monitor. Then comes the full defect track. Now the full defect track. What it does is, if you configure that as the full defect extract, it first looks that only the workers who meet their eligibility criteria. So it narrows down. It narrows down the list of workers who meet their eligibility criteria. And then it determines the changes for the returns data. Okay. First, it narrows it down to only the workers who meet their eligibility criteria. Then it will check those workers to see if there were any changes or not. Makes sense, right? It narrows down the list of workers. So it is better on performance. By default, full defect extract is the default method in which Workday runs the code connector. Okay. Then comes a very important combination of 4 dates. Now, it is very important that we understand this, because this is key to understanding our overall change detection method. Okay. So we have 4 data field or 4 date fees, I should say. Let me color code them. So one is as of entry moment. And it works with last successful as of entry moment. And then we have effective date. And that works with last successful effective date. So these are in combination. They work in combination. Okay. So what does these two? What are they used for? So these are together, and these are together. Alright. So what is this? What are these fees? As of entry moment, this parameters checks when you made the change in the system. For example, you are hiring a worker today. You are? You are doing it in the system now, you are running the process, that's that, etc. But the effective date of hire is 1st of May 2022. Okay. Understood my question. You are hiring a worker now. The effective date of hire for that worker is a future dated hire. The worker's hire date is 1st of May 22nd. So now my question is, what is the entry moment? What is the entry moment? Now right, entry moment is now. And what is the effective date? 1st of me, other two dates the same, no right? I'm not the same again. If we are making an entry now, can we have a worker with a higher effective date of today, higher date of today itself? Can we have that? Is it possible? Could be. Could be right. Can it be in the path? You're hiring someone now with a hire date of 1st of January 2022? No. Why not? No, because it's higher. So we can do that. On the next one,
Please do like, share, and subscribe to our channel. For more information, contact us at sales@upptalk.com.